If you guys thought for a second that my obsession with the West Coast wine stopped, you were mistaken, because in this video I will continue professing my love to the Pacific Northwest, and specifically so to the Washington state. Today's video is in collaboration with Rocky Pond Winery that hails from the shores of the mighty Columbia River in Washington state. And hello, welcome back to my wine diary. If you guys, my returning subscribers, thank you so much for being back here again. And if you're new to this channel, if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe by the end of it. One of my most favorite things about working with wineries is really getting to know their each unique story. And family-owned wineries are just the pinnacle of my interest, to be honest with you. It is fascinating to me how such different roads in life and journeys can bring someone to purchase or open and operate a winery. And Rocky Pond is indeed a family-owned winery. They have a really cool story behind them that I'm about to tell you. Rocky Pond Winery is located in Washington state, as I've mentioned before, but their story actually began during family bicycle trips in Italy and France, where they were honored to be invited into the homes of families where winemaking had been handed down for generations, and they really tasted that passion for wine in every glass that they shared with the owners. They heard their stories, how much they cared for the wines that they made, and how much meticulous care and work actually went into producing those amazing wines. It was during one of those trips that they were given wonderful advice. Don't save your best wine for formal occasions. Share your best wine with family and friends. And 3 years later, they bought a 1-acre lot on the shore of the Columbia River in eastern Washington. And they thought, we'll just plant a couple of vines, we'll make some wine and remember those trips by it. But apparently their passion for wine grew largely, and they started to expand their team by adding some professionals to it and hiring some winemakers. And then they also bought Clos Cheval Vineyard, which was at about 50 acres of planted vineyards at the time. Currently, the family makes wines from 3 sustainably farmed vineyards, and the name Rocky Pond actually comes from the geographical surroundings of where the estate winery resides at. And I reached out to one of the family members to find out a little bit more about the name, and here's what she told me. She said that within the new Rocky Reach AVA, which is American Viticultural Area, or appellation for that matter, our estate vineyards are geologically very different from the rest of the larger Columbia Valley AVA, and we have lots and lots of natural rocks on the property, and also have built an actual pond that serves as our irrigation. Rocky Pond Estate Winery has a very well developed website. I actually loved all of the pictures that they had on their website. It just made me so Pacific Northwest sick. Those pictures are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, honestly, the location of the estates is breathtaking. If you're looking for a wedding venue or a celebration venue of some sort, I know they definitely offer that type of service, and it's breathtaking. All of the mountains in the background, it looks absolutely gorgeous. So check out their website, rockypondwinery.com, to also see what wines are currently available for purchase online. So let's actually jump into the wine selection. Not all of it, but the ones that they were kind enough to send to me. I was lucky enough to receive 4 different wines from Rocky Pond, and I'm about to show you the bottles, how they look like, and what wines I actually selected to try. So the first one we're going to start with is the one I have not opened yet, because I want to shoot a separate video for this wine type specifically, or for this wine style, I should say. So this is the Gewürztraminer, and here, take a peek at the bottle. This is how it looks like. It's a 2022 Gewürztraminer. I'm a fan of these wines. They're always funky and interesting, and this one specifically has 94% Gewürztraminer and then 6% Riesling to it as well. So this is their signature wine bottle label. Take a peek. This is the one that's going to be stored for just a couple of weeks by me, and then I will open it up to make a video specifically about Gewürztraminers. The second wine that they sent over to me is open, and it is in my glass. I already did some of the wine notes here, wine tasting notes for it, and this is a white blend that's called Glacial Treasure. This is how the bottle looks like. And this one is really funky. The reason why I was immediately attracted to this wine right here on their website is just because of how interesting the mix really is here. So they have 64% Pinot Gris. Then they have some almost 20% Riesling. They have Marsanne, Semillon, and Viognier as well. So a very interesting blend, and it really shows. This is a 2022 vintage. So what we have here, really, I want to swirl the wine in front of you as I normally do. So it's a pale yellow straw color wine. And on the nose here, it is very aromatic. You know, it seems to me like a very clean, crisp wine, yet it really strikes you with a lot of aromas. So here, pears and apples immediately hit you on the nose, but then it's very floral too. So honeysuckle comes through. And additionally, some stone fruit for me, which I think comes from the terroir of the area personally, but it definitely all comes through on the nose here. Let's go ahead and taste it. This white blend is delicious. This is a light-bodied wine, and it's got low to medium acidity to it. Not too much alcohol, about 13% ABV, and it's got that touch of sweetness to it too. So I call it an off-dry wine personally, but definitely that complexity of the floral aromas and apples and pears, all of that comes through when I taste this wine as well. So I would say that it's very bright and crisp, but at the same time, it's pretty aromatic and pretty tasteful as well. All stainless steel tank here. I do not taste any touch of oak or anything of that sort, so I'm pretty sure this was all stainless steel tank. So a great wine for a poolside, in my opinion, for a hot summer day. Give this one a go. It is called Glacial Treasure. The next bottle that I was sent is the one that I am actually going to selfishly store and try to age it for a little bit. So this is a 2020 vintage red wine that's called 11 Dams. And this is how it looks like. So here we have 54% Merlot, 29% Cabernet Sauvignon, and 17% Malbec. So just because of the grapes that went in here, Merlot, Cabernet, and Malbec, I think that this one has great aging capabilities. And for that reason, I'm going to store it for a while and enjoy it just a few years later. Last but not least is this bottle of 2020 red blend called Stratostone. This is how the bottle looks like. As you can see, right here to my side is some of it in my glass already. So here we have a blend of Grenache, Syrah, and Mourvedre as well, which seemed like a very interesting blend as well. So let's go ahead and put this aside. I'm going to swirl the wine in front of you. So this red blend has medium intensity. It's got purple and ruby hues. And let's go ahead and smell it. I am loving this bouquet of aromas here. To me, this red blend is really Syrah forward when it comes to its smell. So I definitely smell some black cherries, maybe even black currant. Definitely some peppery smell comes through. And I'm not sure if any oak aging or even oak barrels were involved in making up this wine, but I definitely feel like whatever they did producing this wine and making it, they achieved some of that nutmeg and clove and even like a touch of vanilla smell to this wine as well. So yeah, it's very comforting. You know, this is a great holiday wine in my opinion, that's not super heavy and super complex. So I bet that it's very, very drinkable, easy drinkable, yet it definitely has that beautiful complexity just to make it unique and interesting. Yum. This red blend is medium body. It's medium tannins. I would say medium plus acidity to it. Definitely dry. You know, it's still young for the vintage that it is, 2022. But it's kind of complex for how young it is, in my opinion. It's very woody, very earthy, easy to drink, and it's kind of fun to me. Another thing that I keep thinking about, I hope you can kind of see what I'm trying to say here, but although it is produced in Washington State, it is actually very old world-like. So for those of you who are familiar with the concept of New World and Old World wines, this red blend definitely strikes me as Old World for whatever reason. So very well made. I think it's quite nice, and I will definitely enjoy it on a cooler evening that we're about to have here. Guys, and this is it for today's video. Thank you so much to the Rocky Pond Estate Winery for sending some of their wines over to me to taste and review in front of y'all. And I hope that someday soon I will travel to Washington State and I will visit them in person, because honestly, that winery just looks so absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous. You guys go on their website out of curiosity and just see the pictures of their winery and where they're located. It is stunning, absolutely stunning. So thanks again, and thank you all for sticking around and watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And until next time, cheers everyone.